Hello and welcome to the show. Today we are celebrating women who are making waves in industries where you're probably used to seeing men run the show, including Monica Sims. She is the owner of SSG Appliance Academy. That's a trade school where people learn how to repair household appliances. Nicole Ward is the CEO of the African American Women's Trucking Association. She also sits on the federal board advocating for women's safety in the trucking industry. And Donnie Jones owns Don's Tree Service. She's an arborist who can tell you everything there is to know about trees, and with her inventory of trucks and tools, she can take on and take down any troublesome tree in the neighborhood. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Hello.
It is so good to have you. I'm so excited to hear your stories, and I love the lessons that I know women and men are going to get from this conversation. I want to start about just talking about the experiences, because I know you all have some stories about what it's like working in your industries. I want to start with you.
Okay. So with appliance repair,
Yeah.
the most challenging thing I would say is you have to work harder than everybody else to prove that you know what you're doing, and not only for your employer, you also have to prove it to the customers.
Of course.
So when you go out to the customers' houses, you know, they're looking at you like you don't know.
What do you do? Like, where's the guy who's going to repair?
Exactly. And so they're standing over you, you know, waiting for you to mess up. But then once
So you've had people.
Oh yeah, they'll stand over you the whole time, you know, waiting for you to mess up because they feel like they can't.
Even though they don't know how to make the repair.
Yeah.
That part.
I think because they feel some type of way because they didn't know how to make the repair, then they see a woman come in and do it.
Oh, I got you. So how do you handle that?
Just do the job effectively and just, you know, stay determined. And
Like, are you like doing the repairs and like kind of having casual conversation, or you just keep it moving?
No, I'll have casual conversation. So I do the repair, I have casual conversation, and by the time you know you're done with the repair, then
it's working again, and they're like,
and they're like, oh, you know, they shocked,
right?
You know? So
yeah,
you have to win. You have to win everyone over. So the people you work with and the customer.
Yeah, Nicole, how about for you?
So when it comes to trucking, it's a male-dominated industry, right? Which is the reason that we're here. But even furthermore, there's a lack of representation of women, and then to go even further, African-American women, completely unsupported. There's a lot of lack of barriers to entry. So for us, I mean, that could be challenging and also take away from wanting to enter this industry. Big challenge.
And so when you dispatch, you're having conversations with men all day, and just for the record, we love men. This is not about male bashing. But sometimes the biggest pushback can be from the men in the industry, right?
100%.
The truckers behind the wheel. Tell me how you handle that.
So it's not just the truckers behind the wheel, but it's the men in the industry. And so most men are so used to seeing, themselves. So they're not as kind or polite when women come in the door. So how do we handle it? We pull up our boots and we do the job the best way that we can. We're women, but we can do it just like they can.
Yeah,
difference.
and you make it happen.
That's right.
Donnie, for you.
Yes.
And gatekeeping, I think, is something you've talked about. That I read in your interview. Tell me more.
Well, not so much gatekeeping, but more like making sure people understood that I'm here and I can do the job.
Yeah.
And even though we have a team of men that actually do much of the heavy duty work lifting, a lot of times people are surprised that it's a woman, showing up at the door, or a woman being the face of the company, because tree care is a male-dominated industry. And so when I first started, the people in the industry that I kind of looked up to were obviously primarily men. And when I went to them for advice, because they didn't take me seriously initially, they would freely give me advice.
Right.
But once they saw me becoming more successful, it became,
then that's where some of the gatekeeping comes in.
Exactly.
Well, you don't need to know all that.
You don't need to know all of that.
I heard somebody said something to you about, why would I share this with my competition?
Exactly. And it was actually one of the larger companies, or they're, have become larger, but I started asking more about equipment, and I'd already gained a little bit of success, but I wasn't clearly as big as they were. And I went to them for advice, and they said, well, why would I tell you that? And you're going to, you're my competition.
When you were just little Donnie with one little red truck
exactly.
and a saw, it was like, oh, she's going to be harmless. Now you've got this whole fleet we see all over Metro
then
Atlanta.
They were like, well, maybe I shouldn't be sharing that much information, or I don't need to share that much information. So that became a challenge, you know.
That's got to be frustrating, right? Because we're trying to get to a point where it's a man's world, it's a women's world. We're all sharing this world and these industries together.
Yeah.
But for you, what do you say when you get that kind of pushback?
No, I just prove them wrong. So I just work harder to make sure, I fix the appliance, And so it's not too much the customers. When I started my appliance repair business, I even got pushback from the technicians. So when I started,
How so?
It was, we doing all the work. Why you getting paid? Why you getting paid? So I used to always use the example, like, y'all have one job, y'all a tech. So if this company have a technician, have a job, they hire a technician to
Execute
install,
the task,
install or repair.
Right.
I'm everybody in that building, from the CEO down to customer service.
Right.
And
do you think that those are the type of questions, or did you ever wonder if the people who were questioning you would pose those same kind of questions had there been a man in charge?
Most definitely not. Most definitely not, because they were feeling like I couldn't do the job. So basically, I'm sending them out because I can't do it, but I'm getting paid, and they're doing all the work.
Right.
So
right.
But
for the record, you can make the repair as well.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Nicole, for you, and I know, not make the distinction, because you handle dispatch, you handle admin, you handle advocacy on a federal level. You don't have a CDL, but you know this industry in and out. Is that where sometimes you get the pushback because you're, quote unquote, not the trucker?
Well, yes and no. I think the entire industry kind of sees women at a disadvantage. Men, I think, tend to look at women a little bit weaker. And so our solve and solution was to create an advisory board and put together a trucking association that supports women and let men know, as well as the industry, that we can do the job. We are capable of doing the job.
Right.
And so just creating those support mechanisms, I think, has showed the industry, because we're banding together, that we can do this. Women can do this.
Right, absolutely. And you are doing it marvelously. All right, listen, these qualified women are true professionals, as you can already see, but that doesn't stop some jokers from questioning expertise and qualifications. More on how these ladies stand on business right after the break. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.